Second Light is officially in our tournament fully unlimited. So we are dueling under unlimited duel rules within the duel room, so we could be playing 3 of this, as you should. Breaker, are you ready?
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Mikanko in for Noble setting up with Toy Box. Toy Box will be setting up a Toy Soldier into our back row, and it's waiting to go to the graveyard. Also a Toy Tank. So I'm not sure exactly what our play is with these Toy Boxes. What? Just end? What does this do? If this set card is sent to the graveyard, you could special summon it. Okay. If this set card is sent to the graveyard, you could special summon it. How do we send it to the graveyard? I don't get it. If your opponent does something, you can activate one of these effects, destroy up to 2 cards in your back row, but only on your own turn. So when your opponent declares an attack, you could send a face down you control to destroy that opponent's monster. Okay, so they have to declare an attack, which will trigger the Toy Box to trigger the Toy Soldier or the Toy Tank. And then we're going to read what they do beyond that. Surely Heartbreaker's not going to fall for a Toy Box. We are setting up our Dragon Ruler. Call by the Grave is going to finger the Dragon Ruler of Drafts. Lightning will not be summoning from the deck. I do not think so. No Tempest for you. But being sent to the grave, the Armed Dragon Thunder level 7, that should be doing something, as it is activating in the graveyard right now to add from our deck to our hand an Armed Dragon card. As we then use Pile Armed Dragon to discard the level 5 to come forth and summon a trigger the level 5 to grab the Tempest Dragon Ruler, which we were denied from summoning from the deck. As we then use the Pile Armed Dragon to send from the deck a level 3 Armed Dragon. As we then draw a Coca Mirror Drago, banishing from the graveyard, hand, or field, no, just hand or graveyard, that is, to summon from the hand or grave our Tempest, to then make our Galaxy Tomahawk, summoning a token into every single open monster slot we have. Now, where are we going from here? As we link this up into a Masquerena, further linking into a Link Spider. Now we have room to summon a Blaster Dragon Ruler, and with this, we're going to Shokan into a Little Knight on summon, banish a card on the field or grave, but we now cannot declare an attack directly. But we can just set up, that's fine. Mecha Phantom Beast, Auroradon, locking us out of being able to Link Summon for the rest of the turn, so no Apollo USA. As we then tribute ourselves plus a token to summon from the deck, a Mecha Phantom Beast Tuner. As we then make a Cupid Pitch will be changing its level to then make a Barlord Savage Dragon, which will be our Omni Negate. Cupid Pitch, when sent to the grave, search our deck for a Corridor. Corridor, return a banished card back into the deck to summon itself onto the field, to then send it to the grave to summon a Link 1 Fusion Thunder Dragon Colossus, that is. We're going to use Sekka's Light to return a card from our hand back in the deck to draw into a Sekka's Light. Sekka's Light only activatable if you have no spell or trap cards in your graveyard, and you get to draw 2. So after all that, we still have no spell or trap cards in the grave. We are using and abusing the newly unlimited Sekka's Light. The opponent cannot add cards from the deck to the hand. We have an Omni Negate. We can link off into an Apollo USA, which will be at least 2 to 3 disruptions. The Coca Mirror Drago states that neither player could special summon light or dark monsters. Now, does Slayton play light or dark monsters that he wants to special summon? I don't see them in the hand. Can we break this field? Let's go. This is not looking good. Damn. Toy Box only being activatable in the battle phase. If it were something like maybe on an opponent summoning a card, maybe get to trigger your Toy Box, but having to declare an attack to trigger the box to send your toys to the graveyard, and I don't even know what the toys do. Illusion of Chaos, searching our deck for the Magician's Souls. We have no hand trap to disrupt this whatsoever. We're going to send Magician's Souls from the deck to the grave to come forth and summon. As the Magician's Soul sends the Toy Tank to the graveyard after setting it onto the field. Now, finally, it's going to trigger and do something. It special summons, and then when it special summons, what does it do? We're going to read it once it comes out. Toy Tank is a level 4. We could have normal summoned it instead. It then on special summon, it didn't trigger on summon. What does this freaking do? Contribute this monster. Okay, spell speed 1, not a trigger. Special summon a level 6 or lower monster from your hand, or if you control a Toy Box, summon a level 6 or lower from your graveyard instead. Okay. Ending the turn just like that. We couldn't find anything useful to do with our Ashe and our Chevalier on the field. I don't think this even does anything on the field. No, it does not. So what we have here is a spell negate, monster negate, spell and trap card negate, monster negate, monster negate, monster negate, SP Little Knight into Little Knight, and we will, if we have a way to equip a card, we have a 9th Disruption. I don't see a way to equip a card. Generally, it would be through the Roland, which you don't have. So about 8 Disruption. Let's see. Lightning Dragon Roller, Apollyon with that free negate. Let's go. We have 2 more negates on that Apollyon. 7 more disruptions left. Arm Dragon level 7, negate. When you have more negates than your opponent's hand size, you just say yes. You just negate everything. Negate, negate, negate. As we then use the IP Mask Arena to link off into our SP Lil Knight, Apollyon using its 3rd and final negate, we have 5 more disruptions, which we didn't even get to then win the duel, just like that. It is 1-1. Begin. Oh my gosh. So what we could have done is we could have blast or banished 2 dragons to summon it, but then what? I guess we could have banished 2 cards from the hand, summon Blaster, normal summon Ash Blossom, make a Baron de Flor. And that's it. So instead of Baron de Flor Max C, we have Ash Blossom Max C and still more cards in our hand for further plays. Yeah. So this will be 2 fire and or dragon to summon from the hand or graveyard. Let's go. Let's go. Ash to Max C. And I see no finger. I see no Ash to stop the Max C. So this should be the way. This is a problem. This deletes Ash Blossom from our hand and there's nothing we can do about it. Generally, it is an ashable effect to summon this from the deck onto the field and then you would just stop it. But it being normal summoned, no good, no good. Chain the Maxi so it does not get deleted, and goodbye to Ash Blossom. Now, are we gonna cook under Maxi? Toy box setting up the toys from our deck, hand, or graveyard. I don't think Banish Pile does it, right? Deck, hand, or graveyard, that is it. And then we have the original Sinful sending the toy box to the graveyard, not the toy soldier nor the toy tank. Okay, I'm a bit confused on how these toys are working. As we then make I Sold. I Sold on Summon Activate to search our deck. Do not negate this effect, but the second effect is what you definitely want to negate. This is what our Ash Blossom would be used on, as you send 4 equipped cards from the deck to the grave to summon from the deck a Dawn Knight. Dawn Knight will be able to send a light monster from the deck to the graveyard. What the heck? Isn't this a really old card? Dawn Knight send from the deck a Diviner of the Herald to then Reborn Diviner with Sprite Elf. Banned and TCG combos we have here. Diviner sending Herald of Arclight and then search for an Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos is the way to get our toy tank and toy soldier into the graveyard. So send from the deck to the grave a Diablo Star, as the Magician's Soul sends both the soldier and the tank to the grave to summon themselves onto the field. Now we know what the toy tank does. It could summon a level 6 or lower from the hand or grave. But what does the toy soldier do? Toy soldier on summon, add a toy box from your deck to your hand. All right, so we sent the other toy box from our field to the grave since we had another one in the deck to add. As we now make Baron de Flor to protect us from a potentially newly drawn hand trap, which we still have none. We have Ohime searching for Mikanko Water. We do have the attack here. Nothing has turned us off from attacking. Mikanko Water equipped onto the Magician's Soul. Ghost Ogre is going to destroy and stop the Mikanko Water from summoning a Mikanko from the deck. We are not using the Baron de Flor to negate. Setting up our toy box. Toy tank can reborn from the grave or from the hand. Is the Neospatian a more than once per turn? It's a soft once per turn. It's activatable again if we want. Setting up again our toy tank and toy soldier. Surely these cards are hard once per turn on their summon. I would think so. There's no way they're not hard once per turn. So I don't think we could trigger them again. Now we're going to use the Dolphin, looking at their entire hand with the ability to delete any potential harmful hand trap here. There's none to delete as we have perfect 8,000 damage with that Neospatian Dolphin. And just like that, lethal damage with Toy Box Mikanko Infernoble. Slayton. What the hell? Damn. Taking that Maxi challenge and just having that initial normal summon Dolphin to delete the Ash Blossom from the hand, that's what costed them the duel. Getting that Ash Blossom deleted. Special summoning our Terror Top. Terror Top searching to set up an Isold play. It's a 1-card Isold. Ash Blossom negates. Now, Heroic Call could special summon a warrior from the hand or graveyard. We don't have one. Mikanko Water summoning onto the field our Ha-Ray. We had too much back row. We couldn't equip the Angelic Ring, which I think was a mistake, right? Angelic Ring would have been an additional spell negate. So what do we have here? We have a spell and trap card negate, plus a negate anything, plus negate, plus Masquerena into a Little Knight, and then we have Spirit Walk, which can equip a monster. We have about 8 disruptions, and then it can also trigger the Emperor Knight Charles to pop a card in the field. So 9 disruptions. There is a Forbidden Droplet, which can negate everything, but we had the Angelic Ring, which could have negated the Droplet. Now, if the Droplet's actually not activatable to send a monster from the hand to the grave, because this states that any monster sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard is banished instead, and the Droplet, by cost, must send the card to the graveyard. So we have to summon a monster to send the monster. We could set it. So we'd have to set the monster. We could send Call by the Grave. We could send, but we can't send the hand. We could only send 1 card from the hand plus a monster on the field because of that Herald of Arclight stopping the Droplet. Let's go. Poplar, activate. Apollo, negate. Droplet, send just 2. That's it. Right? What? You don't send Poplar? Why not Poplar send? So they can't. You could send this to the graveyard. The Herald of Arclight is only from the hand or main deck. Why was Poplar not sent? Am I missing something here? Oh. Kurikara Divine Carnate is here. As we then trigger the Poplar, equip itself into the back row. Masquerena going to link off of the Renaud to now make our SP Little Knight on summon, banishing the Kurikara off of the field you go, which was able to tribute any monster on the field that had activated its effect this turn. And the Kurikara, had it had lived until the end phase, could have stole a monster from the opponent's graveyard. Gearfried, which was not summonable last turn since it was added through the Isold, is going to banish from the graveyard to come forth and summon. Gearblade, when banished, activates. Really? Sent to the grave or banished to activate a monster effect will add back to the hand. Okay, Toy Soldier searching for a toy box. A second copy of the toy box. Ash Blossom negating because we know we lost anyway. That's fine. And let's speed this up. 7,000 damage, but we have the Phoenix Gearblade, which now allows us to double attack with our monsters for game. Man, the Gearblade, like your whole field can attack twice. At the end of the damage step, if the equipped monster attacked, you could send this to the graveyard. Each of your warrior monsters and fire monsters can make a second attack, and it could be direct attacks. Damn. Bionic had 7 erratas as well? Really? It was not a once per turn, and then it turned into a once per turn, and then what else beyond happened that? There. 1-for-1 being negated by the Ash Blossom, which plays into a Gamma. We disrespected that Gamma. We do not care. We have to play through a Veiler and an Ash and a Droplet, which is still just going to be 2 disruptions because we can't use the Droplet and the Ash at the same time. We're going to negate the Terror Top from searching for the level 3, which will then help us make the Isold. Setting up with the Toy Box. Toy Box plus the Preparation of Rites. That's the combo. It'll be searching for the Magician's Souls to send the toys to the graveyard. So we have Preparation of Rites to negate, as we should do. I think we probably should instead wait for the Illusion of Chaos to negate. Now, the Neospace Connector could have deleted the Ash Blossom from the hand, or we see this as Ether Ash with the Preparation of Rites, and now we get to make our Isold. Let's go. As we then make the X-Saber Invoker summon from the deck a Heroic Challenger, searching for the Heroic Call. As we now make our Isold. Surely we have lethal damage, yes. Grabbing the Gearfried, which we can't summon this turn. Send 4 from the deck to the grave to summon a Neospace Connector. To rank 4 Season to the Banshee. Banshee detach, search our deck for a Poplar. Since we already used up our normal summon, we don't search for an Ash. Grabbing the original Sinful. Original Sinful, send Poplar, summon for the deck Ash. Ash is going to be searching for from the deck a Crimson Courageous Chevalier Bradamante. And there we go. Just like that. And we are going to soon be getting our toy cards into the graveyard, reborning them onto the field, further searching, further reborning, further lethaling. Let's go Slayton with Toy Box Snake Eye Mikanko. Exosister versus Slayton's Toy Soldier deck. Can he do it? Can he advance within the tournament? Are you ready? Begin. If you liked my Maggie video, thank you for watching. We're going to be chaining Maxi to the Neospace connector as we have the Ash Blossom negating. Now, the Veiler does not need to be the direct chain link to a card it's negating, like Ash Blossom does need to be, because Ash Blossom is negating an effect, Veiler is negating the card, negate the connector, and I think our play's now dead. That's it. We end our freaking turn. Oh my gosh. Exosister is going to slay Slayton. We have Maxi in the draw phase, which is pretty good against Exosister. We have the Elise plus special summon another Elise, setting up the Returnia. Now, Returnia is going to be able to activate to banish a card in the field, and then we're going to perform an Exceed summon to banish another card in the field or engrave. So we have double disruption through this play. Setting up the Preparation of Rites. Preparation of Rites plus the Toy Soldier is the ultimate Toy Soldier play. And by ultimate, let's see what it does. Toy Box, setting up 2 toys into the back row. We're going to Returnia, chain banish, so the ultimate toy play has been thwarted. No play for you. Now Magician's Souls has nothing to send to the graveyard to get drawing. We returned a Toy Soldier back in the deck, which we could have set that up to then try to send it. As we now have Michaelis. Magician's Souls, we're likely chaining Max C, chain the Max C, draw per special summon. Now with the Magician's Souls and Connector, that is not a good play. If they're playing Animus, they could have summoned it to where the Michaelis is pointing to. Little Knight does not trigger on summon because we didn't use an extra deck monster. Had we Link Reboot first or Animud, we would have been able to, but we don't play that in our extra deck. End our turn, that's it. Michaelis is going to banish, and then Little Knight's not going to even bother chain banishing, sure. And we got to be careful with that Little Knight. If we chain it within the main phase, the Triple Tactics talent will be activatable. Pack searching for a Martha. Martha is going to be special summoning a monster from the deck. Come forth, Elise. Further show conning into a Gabrine. Gabrine can negate the Little Knight. You're going to, chain, negate. Control this card that was Exceed summon using an Exosister this turn. Negate. Now, Gabrine is boosting up all Exceed monsters, even if they're not currently on the field. As we then come forth and make our Magnifica. Magnifica is going to have double attack, triple tactics, talent mate. Looking at that hand, returning back in the deck. With just the Magnifica, that is 7,200 damage, not enough for lethal. Wiping out the Little Knight plus a direct attack. Magnifica is considered a double disruption. We're going to double banish. We're going to non-target banish plus banish any other card in the field or engrave. And just like that, goodbye. Game 1 going to Exosister. Too much disruption. Being able to stop that ultimate toy box play of setting up the toy soldiers into the back row, then send them for the Magician's Souls. Draw 2 plus summon 2. Stopped. Let's hop into game 2. Starting off with our Terror Top special summon. We're not going to imperm that, searching for the Tig Tomborg as they make an X-Saber Invoker, detaching to summon from the deck. We're saving imperm for the Isolde. As we then make the Emperor Charles, equip onto the Emperor Charles to link off into an Emperor Knight Charles. We are setting up at least, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5-ish disruptions at the moment there. 1-1 victory. Let's hop into game 3. Aratama and Martha. We're going to activate that Martha, no hand trap in sight. Summon for the deck, Elise, as we then make our Michaelis. Now, this is how many disruptions. It looks like just 2 cards, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4 banishes. 4 disruptions plus Effect Veiler. 5 disruptions plus Ash Blossom. 6 disruptions. 6 disruptions versus 6 cards in the hand. Just banish, 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 negate, negate, and we win, right? That's it. Let's go. We have Ohime, which is going to be negated. We have 5 more disruptions left. The Ohime is a hard once return, cannot be activated again. All right, all right. The Ceremony is going to be special summoning from the hand our Ohime, which was negated by Ash from searching for the Ceremony. We have Veiler negating the Ash Blossom. Negate. Now, the Ohime could have got the Mikanko Dance from the hand into the graveyard, which would have been quite important, but we'll just equip it onto a monster instead. We have Ceremony banishing to send from the deck to grave our Hugh Lee. To battle we go. We could reflect some damage. We're going to banish the Ohime off the field. Sure. So now down to 4 disruptions. As we chain Magnifica to go into a Mikalis, which will be able to banish a card on the field or in the grave. So with the Mikanko Dance in grave, when it activates to reborn the Hugh Lee, we could just banish it. Just like that. So we have banish, banish, banish. 3 disruption. 3. As I said, Mikanko Dance to reborn the Hugh Lee. Banish. And now we have Returnia, banish, banish, which we didn't even get to. Just like that. Off the top of the deck, another Martha, not that we needed one. Martha summon an Elise from the deck. Normal summon 1 from the hand, making a Gabrine, detach, but boost up the field. Mikalis search our deck for the Carpe Divum. What the heck? Carpe Divum is here as we now make a Magnifica. 7,200 damage. We are declaring GG easy. Gee, that's a DQ, right? Lethal damage with Martha. All right. Good job to Exosister knocking out Slayton's Toy Soldier deck.